Yo, hey, I normally don't do this, but my producer, Tabitha, told me I needed to. I'm revisiting Jurassic World Rebirth review I did earlier this week, the one that has no spoilers in it. I'm doing this on two bases. One, I think I need to make a slight adjustment to my review assessment. Second, $147 million is through today, according to Variety. Hey, Norb with Silver Aged, please like and subscribe to our channel. I'll hear your comments. The critics have not been kind to this movie. Obviously, it's not slowing down the crowds. But, yes, is this a good, perfect movie? No. Is it Oscar worthy? No. Do the critics point out the story's got some issues, character development doesn't make sense, some certain things, plot lines don't make sense? Okay, I give you all that. But is it a reason to totally dislike this movie? My fellow critics, come on. I don't think that's the case. I will point out a little bit later things that I didn't like in this movie and give you my general feedback. Bottom line is, hey, the public seems to like this. Since we got involved with the weather being warm, I think people are going in the theaters. Jurassic World, I viewed this as being a popcornish type movie. Good action, don't have to think about the characters or the plot or anything. You just have fun sitting there eating popcorn. But it's actually a little bit more than that. The $147 million kind of shows that there was a pent up need for dinosaurs. And we all love dinosaurs. I think Universal, you knew what we wanted. I wish you would have waited a little bit longer to tune this a little bit better, get the story a little bit tighter, make some more logical choices. And unfortunately, I think you also positioned this too early in July. You should have done this more around Memorial Day timeframe because $1 billion is definitely out of reach, especially with Superman coming out. I'm going to see on July 8th, Superman screening on IMAX. I know a lot of people around the country are, thanks to Amazon Prime and Fandango. And then a couple of weeks thereafter, we have Fantastic Four. So this doesn't really have a big window to gather a lot of money. I hope it gathers enough that at least break even. From a critical perspective, I had rated this a silver in my scale which actually has lead, has bad, tin, even a little bit better, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and of course, or no metal at all. So I had rated this silver, but looking back on this now and considering the fact that I had the night before had watched Ironheart last 3 episodes, I guess anything was going to look 100% better. But I still think with the $147 million that they took in, I'm not letting that push my direction here, but I still think this was the second best Jurassic movie personally since Jurassic Park. And I think it deserves a bronze medal. It doesn't deserve tin or lead. It's not that bad. It does deserve a medal based off the $147 million. Are there issues? Oh, yeah, there are issues with the film. Some of the character development isn't quite as strong as we had hoped, but at least there's some character development. That's why I said it takes a above popcorn movie. We do get the little sequence up front that introduces us to another secret island. Of course, we had another secret island. But then one of the storylines is we got to get DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs on this island because it's going to help cure heart disease. I love to know where the heck that came from. That makes no sense to me from a critical perspective. I think it's a flawed story. DNA. And then, of course, you hire a mercenary to try to get it because this island supposedly is off its jurisdiction. Nobody has jurisdiction. Nobody's allowed to go anywhere near it. There's blockades up supposedly and all that. So they offer 10 million to somebody to go, and 10 million is adequate for this person to go, who is Zora / Scarlett Johansson. And her crew, yeah, I think it should have been a lot more than that. But anyway, we see that's resolved a little bit later on. And then the other big plot thing that's really weird here is his family that is sailing around the world. They happen to be in this restricted zone, and they haven't been pushed away by anybody. You're not allowed to go there. People are not supposedly not allowed, dumb enough to go there. That's a big gap in the story. And then, the fact we're actually having two stories being told sort of at once. The family being rescued by Zora and Scarlett Johansson and her crew. And then, of course, the boat gets chased after by dinosaurs. Of course, why not? It needs to be. And that's why we are here to see the movies, dinosaurs. Do we have a dinosaur that we really, really love that's a monstrous threat in this thing? Nah, it doesn't scare us. No, I don't think so. Do we have a lovable one? Yeah. I'll get back to that one in a moment. But, overall, it's been kind of piecemeal. It's not a solid story, telling two separate stories, some likable characters, some unlikable characters. The obligatory, you can sense who's going to probably die, who's not going to die. And then the ending, one character we thought probably was going to die, turns out he doesn't die. Mysteriously, how he doesn't get eaten alive doesn't make any sense. But hey, what the heck? I think the audiences wanted the captain to survive. So I think that was a positive. But so many things don't make sense, One of them that really doesn't make sense is, the fact that all the dinosaurs now live in this aquarium zone. Okay, I get that part. Okay, fine. But you see a big, big dinosaur die in New York, I guess, by Central Park. Why couldn't they get DNA from that dinosaur before he died? Or some other dinosaurs that are still around? I don't get that. Once again, I go, how do you know that this cures heart disease? Just because he's got a big heart? Could be the reason some dinosaurs survive with others. They like vegetables, or some just like crunchy, fresh meat without preservatives. Without preservatives. Anyway, so this movie, though, we went to see dinosaurs. We want to see dinosaurs eat people. We want to be a little bit startled. There's a little Jaws type thing in this, where the T-Rex is going after them, and these seafaring dinosaurs are going after the boats and not causing them to be capsized and crashing. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then of course we had to see the friendly dinosaurs, kind of, but those were easy ones to get. And then the flying dinosaurs, who all of a sudden, are all of a sudden show up and try to protect their eggs. Why can't we go after the eggs of some of the other dinosaurs? I don't get that either. So anyway, those are some of the product. But bottom line, we came to see dinosaurs. We came to see people get eaten. We came to see people being chased. That's the really reason we came. We came to see Scarlett Johansson and a couple of the other actors. That's the reason we came. So once again, I give this a bronze. I'd like to hear your comments. Please give your comments, and please like and subscribe to this channel. Have an awesome day. One more thing. The baby dinosaur. Dolores. How does that baby dinosaur from when the family is getting the Jaws thing with the T-Rex under the water, and the baby dinosaur just takes off in the land, and these guys get tumbled down the river, go how many miles they go, finally come to land, and then they finally work their way, finally get to where they're supposed to catch up with everybody else, and all of a sudden the baby dinosaur catches up with them. How does baby dinosaur even know where they are at? This is something, obviously everybody loves that baby dinosaur. That's the reason it had to be in there. So, hey, want to hear your thoughts on that. Take care. Bye.